Manawa city officials met with State Senator Rachael Cabral-Guevara and State Representative Peterson to discuss replacement of the dam there, as well as possible opportunities for funding. During the meeting, the two requested an estimate for the total cost of the project, including the demolition of the existing dam and construction of a new one. Peterson and Cabral-Guevara say this is because they need that information to submit the project to the State Joint Finance Committee. It hopes to have costs allocated for the project in the state's next budget cycle.